Hello guys, sup? This is Powder 101 here, and welcome to my theory between Fallout 76. So, Fallout 76, what I've done my research on, is going to be a multiplayer Fallout game, which means you can play with your friends. I don't know if you're going to do a world server like Fortnite and PUBG, or they're going to do a local servers when you play zombies with your friends, like when you play zombies with your friends on zombie games like Dead, like the new games that are coming out. I'm thirsty. I've done this like 4 times now. So annoying. That my words are terrible. So, like Black Ops, Zombies, and other such. So, bags. So what I believe is going to be, I think it's going to be more of like a local, server where your friends can come when like Overwatch, similar to that, where you can invite your friends to come join, and then you guys play together to play this game. I do believe I could give a rough estimate where the location's gonna be. It's not gonna be in any major states. It won't be in any major states where the bombs dropped, which means D.C., Pennsylvania, I believe was one of them, New York, Los Angeles. It's gonna be somewhere near D.C. though, the D.C. area. I believe it's gonna be more country. The way the music was when I was watching it might be more country than it is anything else. But if it's more country, means there might be more country style animals like cows, wolves, more dogs, more cows, bears, and other such that we have seen over the game's play, I guess you could say. So there's one issue between all of this hello is that we don't know what our enemy will be, because this takes place only 25 years after the bombs have dropped. Every other Fallout game has started 100 years after the bombs dropped, 50 years after the bomb dropped, 20 years, 100 years after the bombs dropped, which means there's going to be totally a blank slate of lore that we're going to discover. We don't have to follow any rules besides no super mutants, because super mutants were created in Los Angeles in Fallout 1, if you know this. And we're gonna be somewhere near DC, which means somewhere DC in the countryside. The way it looks, if you've seen the trailer, please go watch it. It is phenomenal. We are gonna get more information June 10th in E3. Bethesda's gonna drop some more bombs for us to look at, and they might show us a better trailer, or a good trailer. And I heard 2 million people watched a bobblehead for 24 hours. And then Bethesda said, "Oh, they watched long enough, and here you guys go." So now I don't know what other monsters we'll see. I know we'll see dogs, but I don't know if I believe they might have a story, so it's not just like, "Hey, look at this." It's like, "Oh, that's what you're doing." I thought you were just teabagging up and down. So it's not going to be like no story. I believe there will be a story of. It'll be more of a story of how we survived, because this is only 25 years. The lore of it, Fallout 76 was opened up 20 years after the bomb dropped, but for some reason we'll learn why the doors did not open. They opened 25 years after the bombs dropped. 5 years of who knows what happened. How they got stuck in there and they finally found their way out. Fallout 76 will not have any. Supposedly, they're not supposed to have any tech like experiments like normal vaults do. You go to one vault, it's like a drug addict. Another vault's like some mad scientist. This is supposed to be a control vault, which means they give them a vault and they tell them live your life, but you have to come out on this certain date. And yet we did come out on a certain date, which we'll find out why, and when we learn more about it. So, for now, we are just waiting for another bombshell to drop on us. But there's going to be more information we are going to find out. And that's what I got out of it. That it was 25 years, it said 20 years, 25 years that it's supposed to open. There's so many, you could hear in the beta ship in Fallout 3 that I believe it was a Vault 76 dweller. In Fallout 3 again, not in the, just in a either Fallout 3 or Fallout 4's terminal that had a mentioned about Vault 76, how it has 500 people living there under the controlled vault, which means no experimental. There's supposed to be 15 or 17 other vaults. That's the plus side. Now, that's kind of what the lore I found of it. You'll be someone surviving somewhere similar to Rust style of gameplay, building your terrain. We're going to be somewhere where it's not going to be highly radiated as the normal main state as we are in now in other games. That we are in major areas where the bombs drop. Now we know that we're not going to be in major areas, but I do know that there's not going to be that many ghouls, because ghouls, I don't remember how the ghouls were created. I do know it took them a large amount of years before they became ghouls themselves. So, in any other game, there's going to be raiders, of course, which would be the bigger deals. I really hope they add a different creature than rad scorpions, because it would be nice to see some other reptile, like a snake, something that can go underground and dig down and do a coil wrap if you don't get out the way. That would be amazing if that was possible. There's going to be probably a little bit more farm animals like the deer we see in Fallout 4, and the new deer that they added in Fallout 4. There's going to be probably bulls as well, and perhaps sheep. There will still be some wild dogs out there and some tame dogs. I hope they add different species of dogs instead of I think dog meat's a Rottweiler, and now they added a new bundle pack and then you can find a pit bull out there in the wild. You get a pit bull, I believe, in the game in Fallout 4. I got a pit bull in my other games through when I was playing. So now we're going to talk about. I talked about the lore, most of it, so I don't know what other creatures we'll find. We will probably find maybe death claws. I hope they add another marine animal instead of the little crabby dudes. Maybe like a turtle or like something to do with the water. Maybe like a serpent. That would be a badass loss. Because we lost our big tough guys, the super mutants. These guys were like our heavy tanks. Besides the death claws, because death claws were like heavy tanks that do heavy damage with their fists. Super mutants were our heavy tanks that have different types of weaponry. A little scarier, and those are like super tank death claws. So I don't know if we're gonna have any death claws. If so, I wonder if they're gonna be different, because it's only 25 years after the bombs drop. So what new things can they add? They have a whole world to do now. They have a whole 175 years to change what they want. They don't have to just make it. Oh God, I'm sorry, it's so quiet now because like life at its finest form is messing me up. They have infinite possibilities what they could do. Besides, they have only certain things they could do. Because only 25 years, so they have a limited area of doing it, but they have so much lore they could put in. If they're doing it around the DC area, who will be our main enemies? Brotherhood still shouldn't be out there. Brotherhood still was created 100 years, I believe, after the bombs dropped, or 75 years after the bombs dropped. It wasn't created right away because we didn't have the technology. We didn't organize it. Supposedly, the United States organized it. So, Bell thing, why? So, I don't know how it's going to happen. The Atom, maybe it's the Atom that will be our enemy. Because the Atom, we don't really know. I don't know much about the Atom myself because I didn't look it up. That might be our biggest enemy, the Atom. Maybe a bomb did drop somewhere near, but it never exploded like it did in Fallout 3 when the first place you went. Yeah, Fallout 3, the first place you went after you got out the vault. So that could be where? That could be our main enemy, or it could be a Raider gang. Because Raiders were created right after the bombs were dropped. Because Raiders are Raiders, they're psychotic people. There might or might not be as many ghouls as we see now. Because I don't think there'll be any foul ghouls, because foul ghouls take, like, I think 50 years or something. Or like a lot of years before they become feral ghouls. Because the radiation melted their brains away. So now they're zombies. So I don't know what other creatures we'll see. but I hope we get some new and interesting ones. I wonder if I don't think it will be an MMO version of this game. It's going to be an RPG multiplayer game instead of being RPG single player game. That's what I think it'll be. I don't think there's going to be an MMO version. If there is, I wonder how they're going to deal with it. If they're going to add like weird stuff to the game itself already. Because this is already different. Because Bethesda is known for their single player games, not solo games, single player games. But they're good. They're really good. Now they're kind of tinkering with multiplayer games, which most people are kind of like, I'm gonna go with the older term, salty. They're salty. Now, wouldn't it be salty if their favorite franchise of games created a multiplayer game, and one of their multiplayer games, I believe, failed badly? But I am hopeful. Even if it's bad, I'm still gonna play the game and review it myself whenever it comes out. It's either gonna come out and what I also learned about is I almost forgot that it's sometime near October, which means Halloween. It's gonna be very Halloween themed, because if you look at the date and all the stuff around it, there's Halloween kind of decorations. If you see, there is. There's Halloween decorations, kind of other decorations itself. It's not just like Halloween, like spooky, scary ghosts, but it seems like it's the Halloween time. So I believe it's either going to come out somewhere in October, or somewhere October this year, 2018, or 2019 next year. I believe October was also when Fallout 3 came out, but I can't be for sure. So what we know is that they have to be somewhere in the country between Pennsylvania, Virginia, and the DC area. That's my guess. It has to be somewhere where it's not highly radiated, because then everything that enters will die. We know super mutants, because super mutants weren't created. There's gonna be, or at the time, there's gonna be no Brotherhood of Steel or any new organization that we've seen over the years now, except for maybe the Atom and Raiders. Our two main bosses are between the Atom and Raiders. Minutemen were not created either. That's only in Fallout 4's world. So there will be building because it's gonna be some. They said that it's supposed. The trailers are supposed to be a little. There's like reclamation, which means to rebuild and to take back and to give freedom. Reclamation Day. We know it's gonna be we believe it's gonna be a multiplayer game. Either it's gonna be local multiplayer or online multiplayer. We know there's gonna be different creatures there and enemies. We know there's probably gonna be ghouls, raiders, people. Probably gonna have some rad roaches, maybe some new radiated creatures that came out. Deers. Cows again. I believe they're gonna do a sheep. I think they should do a wolf boss. That would be cool. And they're also gonna do a. Well, these are all speculations, so I'm just saying they are, because it's easier for me to pronounce and it's faster from coming out of my head. I don't know how advanced technology will get there, but I know there won't be certain technology that we have now that we have back then. So, what's up? There we go. So, I don't know how it's gonna work. It's gonna be RPG building places for you to live and protect with your friends and other such. That's my guess. But what I am more excited about than anything else is that this Fallout 76 is going to be different, and it's going to have an exciting lore to it. I honestly can't wait for this game to come out. I am quivering in my booties. I am not wearing boots, nor do I call them booties. I'm quivering in my sockles, my guys. My mind can't wrap my head around it. Probably some information I'm missing out there, some stuff I don't know. But what I do know, also I do remember researching that there might be a bow and quiver added to the game, which would be so cool. And you could upgrade the bow where you could actually have a sight and blast your enemies down with your arrow and exploding arrows and such like that. So, there might be vehicles in the game as well. Also, the last thing I forgot to mention. This is the last thing before I'll end my series here, however long this has been. I believe that there will be more introduction between the aliens this game, because there's a lot of showing of the alien shit, like the alien kind of thing around there. The monkey, the little toy action figure, and there's something else I believe. I can't recall, but in the Fallout 3, if you get the mothership Zeta, you meet a Vault 76 dweller. He says, "I'll just in my vault. I think he said, I don't remember what he said, but I'm gonna guess what he quoted. I believe he said, I just left the vault and now I'm here. I woke up here after just leaving the vault," which means I don't know anything, but means that aliens might be more introduction to it. We know that Vault 76 was a controlled vault, which means they did no experiments in the vault. And there's supposed to be there's a third thing talking about the vault I don't remember, but it's always mentioned. Vault 76 is normally mentioned about stuff. So something extremely amazing happened, or something extremely bad happened. But I can't wait for the game to come out. I can't wait for E3 news to pop out in around January 10th. Do you know how I feel about this? This is how I'm gonna end it. This is how I'm gonna end it. Watch. Ready? You're happy. Thank you guys so much for watching. And see you all later. My name is Tom, and I'll see you all very soon.